Servo motors grinding, antenna array rotating.
Cosmic microwave background, his receiver cooling lights. Satellite locking to 18. Dishes pointing at the sky, where the satellites drift by. Geosynchronous decay, orbits that will not obey the planners from the Cold War days, when the station tracked the ways of rocket spies and signals sent from continents, from government that no longer exists or fell. But the dishes serve as well as monuments to what we thought. Signal is the only caught and released communication in this lonely occupation of listening to the void, where the noise cannot be void. The meaning of the hope that something out there answers, that someone is still transmitting, still alive, in the space where signals thrive. Azimuth turning, elevation climbing. Signal is the only timing that matters in the cosmic dark, where the satellites embark on journeys with a destination. Signal is the only station. I am signal, I am wave, traveling from star to grave, of atmosphere, of ionosphere. Signal is the only sphere that connects the ground to space. Signal is the only face that the satellites can see. Signal is the only key to the data, to the voice that travels through any choice, through the rays, Signal is the only goal.
Antenna servo, stick and receiver, noise flow rising, distant satellite pass, Doppler shift, data stream corruption, silence of the radio spectrum. Feed horn pointing, catching photons where the universe began. Pass the information, pass the signal to the looking glass. A parabolic metal curves that preserves what space conserves, of energy of meaning sent from transmitters from the spin. Rockets in the dead, satellites still broadcast through the nights of records of the years gone by. Signal is the only cry that remains when flesh is dust. Signal is the only trust that we have in the void, that something there will be employed to answer back to say we're heard. Signal is the only word. Tracking program, orbital elements. Signal is the only sentiments that matter when the dish is locked on a bird that has been docked in the sky for 30 years. Signal is the only tears that the metal sheds for time.
I am signal, I am wave, traveling from star to grave, of atmosphere, of ionosphere. Signal is the only sphere that connects the ground to space. Signal is the only phase that the satellites can see. Signal is the only key to the data, to the voice that travels without any choice. Signal in its go, 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 go. Signal is the only go, 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 go.
Breaktone. In the noise we find the signal, in the static and the crinkle of the universe expanding. Signal is the only standing wave that matters, that endures, that outlasts all the cures for death, for time, for memory. Signal is the only seed that carries information, light to the everlasting light. Feel the satellite reactivation, drums like signal acquisition, carry a wave locked and stable. Signal is the only fable that we tell about the stars, that the dish is all that bars from falling into silence deep. Signal is the only keep that guards the gate between the worlds. Final transmission, fading power. Signal is the only hour that remains before the end, when the dish will never bend to track another never lock on another cosmic rock that transmits, that sends, that speaks. Signal is the only weeks and months and years of listening to the universe's glistening of radiation of the past. That signal captures that will last beyond the station, beyond me. Signal is the only free thing that travels, that escapes the gravity that shapes and rapes the earth of all its upward dreams. Signal is the only streams of consciousness that leave this place for the cosmic empty space. I am signal, we are wave, traveling from star to grave, of atmosphere, of ionosphere. Signal is the only sphere that connects the ground to space. Signal is the only face that the satellites can see.
final satellite pass. Signal fading, receiver cooling down. Antenna returning to stow position, wind across empty dishes. Cosmic microwave background. Eternal hiss. Silence. The universe transmits.
Servo motors grinding, antenna array rotating, cosmic microwave background is receiver cooling. Lost satellite locking up, eternal face.
Dishes pointing at the sky, where the satellites drift by in geosynchronous decay. Orbits that will not obey the planets from the Cold War days, when this station tracked the waves of rockets, spies, and signals sent from continents, from government
That no longer exists, that fell, but the dishes serve as well as monuments to what we thought. Signal is the only cut and release communication in this lonely occupation of listening to the void, where the noise cannot be voided.
of meaning, of the hope that something out there answers,
That someone is still transmitting, still alive, in the space where signals thrive. Azimuth turning, elevation climbing. Signal is the only timing that matters in the cosmic dark, where the satellites embark on journeys without destination. Signal is the only station.
I am signal, I am wave, traveling from star to grave, of atmosphere, of ionosphere. Signal is the only sphere that connects the ground to space. Signal is the only face that the satellites can see. Signal is the only key
To the data, to the voice that travels without any choice, through the vacuum, through the cold. Signal is the only goal. Antennas on a servo sticking, receiver noise flow rising, distance satellite pass, Doppler shift, data stream corruption, silence of the radio spectrum.
feet on pointing, catching photons with the universe batons. Pass the information, pass the signal through the looking glass of parabolic metal curves that preserve space, conserves of energy from being sent from transmitters, from the spent rockets and the dead satellites that still broadcast through the nights of decades that the years gone by. Signal is the only cry that remains when flesh is dust. Signal is the only trust that we have in the void, that something there will be employed to answer back, to say we're heard.
Signal is the only word.
Tracking program, orbital elements. Signal is the only sentiments that matter when the dish is locked on a bird that has been docked in the sky for 30 years. Signal is the only tears that the metal sheds upside.
I am signal, I am wave, traveling from star to grave, of atmosphere, of ionosphere. Signal is the only sphere that connects the ground to space. Signal is the only face that the satellites can see. Signal is the only key to the data, to the voice that travels without any choice, through the vacuum, through the cold. Signal is the only goal.
Tracking program, orbital elements. Signal is the only sentiments that matter when the dish is locked in a bird that's been poked in the sky for 30 years. Signal, journey, only tears that the metal sheds for time.
I am signal, I am wave, traveling from star to grave, of atmosphere, of ionosphere. Signal is the only sphere that connects the ground to space. Signal is the only face that the satellites can see. Signal is the only key to the data, to the voice that travels without any choice, through the vacuum, through the cold. Signal is the only goal.
position when across empty dishes. Cosmic microwave background, eternal hiss. Silence, the universe transmits.